Today is still May 30th, 2023. Interesting day. Okay? I told you it happened again today. I was out to eat with my one client. One of the original guys from the case was here. I sat with a lady. Said I heard some of those men that were entrusted to take care of her had raped her. They looked over at me. I thought, you just need to come talk to me in person, honey. Just don't sit there and talk to somebody else and look at me and talk about me. Come talk to me in person. Act like I'm a human being. Act like I'm a human being. I go to take my client somewhere. Some lady's got I told you it's fun to watch her. That one guy said he did miss her, and that's where all the harassment is coming from. She puts the refrigerator in front of the door. Where retired Judge Pete was raping me. Can't get to me anymore. See, this is going to come down to the first agent. His arrogance, his neglect, his abuse. He could go to jail for RICO charges, even retired. You do realize that. They pulled that phone call of where I tried to tell him somebody told on me to that church before. He called me a liar. The Badgering Laws, Department of Justice, you have to take a victim or a witness or informant statement if you believe them or not and follow through. You don't have the right to call somebody a liar. Matter of fact, it's highly illegal. It's 5 to 20 years. Tried to tell him what happened at Huntington Maggie. Was there a camera by the bench? I don't know. If you don't know if there's a camera by the bench, I'll put you in jail. And I either say you're lying or else. And it's like, fine, whatever. That was a Detroit Boys' kidnapper. You let a serial killer that tried to I tried to tell him that he tried to kidnap me in front of Terry. Call me a liar. He killed Lori's family member. He took Lisa's niece. He's a serial killer still in this area. Instead of, my God, honey, I'm glad you got away from him about that crazy Pizza Hut lady getting paid to watch me. Someone was paying her to stalk me. And the Huntington banker yelling at him and a video of them walking off. That's why November 24th, 22, Mercy Medical. The Lady Canton officer, the agent that bullied her into saying she was lying when she wasn't. He needs to go to jail for that. He cost lives. Made me plead for my life. Listed me informant for life. $5,000 a month. And then threat. And even when you tell. My last year out at my clients in Navarre, people pulled up and said, well, really did promise her all those things. He did. If they go with every witness protection program, $60,000 a year, diplomatic immunity. The police couldn't even watch me if I wasn't in a protected custody case with statements, because it'd be entrapment. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements. There's nothing else. See, this is where his neglect, his abuse, I didn't even think he was real. I thought he was a Riri from my ex-husband. And so when I heard my ex-husband threaten Dixie and the baby's life, I Googled the office. I found him. Yelled out he has a list. I'm working on it. He knew a baby's life was in danger. And when I seen the guy, you tell those police up there to get a hold of this, we're busy. I'm almost getting shot in the head driving, had a slam, tuck, and swerve. I got 6 stalkers showing up in Walmart. People are getting chased off. People are breaking and stabbing me with needles. I'm losing 5 to 7 pounds a week. I can't even keep saliva down, and they're busy. And Dave's beating me with internal injuries for not answering my phone because I almost got shot in the head driving. And they're busy. I get my skull bashed in on 12/21/18, raped and left for dead. And Alex, Judge Pete's son, leaves his coma on Dave's dresser. And they're busy. And then there's a shooting night, and they break into the duplex after our house instead of ours because it's so dark out there. Discharged guns. Those men never came back, and they burned everything within a few weeks and gutted it. Thank God the old lady was in the hospital. And I had a high not to get killed that night. I'm getting raped and tortured by July to September 19. I got human trafficked in protected custody because, he had a cop talk to Dave. requirements of the Department of Justice. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life with statements. The police couldn't watch me be entrapment. See, that's where my friend worked at the prosecutor's office. There was a weird case of an officer surveillancing somebody in their home. He found out, he went to judge and said, you knew better than being in their home. That man has the right to privacy. I can never look or listen. He could sue you for this. Hello? You can't be in anybody's home but them. That's where the Akron officer last week was walking around. Have you listened to Karen before? Because retired Judge Pete hacked into the protective custody case and sold it by Thanksgiving of 18. People have different versions where other people just listen to me and other people get to see me in my home. It's horrifying. All the horror I live through is public knowledge and entertainment. By Thanksgiving of 18. See, I told that agent that Dave already knew in the churches. It should have been, my God, how they found out. See, I already told him somebody impersonated me, cost me a job, gave him Annie's number. So that was either that agent, because November 6, 22 at Trinity Gospel, an officer verified he'd seen him. Telling me before I called him back. Dave said he actually talked to him April 15, 16, 23. There was an agent up at that church asking threats of our life. And he even spoke to him, said he was the only agent from the agency looking into it on his own. So, yeah. Because the police couldn't watch me. I couldn't have my security. My brother even seen my security. Lamar Sharp and Michael Broswell, and the other Michael at CSC Bank seen him. They're in the back of the bank. People in the bank are like, Karen has their own security. They were at Liberty House Share. Huh? See, that agent opened a real informant case. Too arrogant to look in at anything. Just let the police handle it. And hell was breaking loose. All the drug traders and human traffickers were all over me. See, February 25th, 22, about 8 o'clock in the morning, my phone's tapped. There's a neighbor about 4 or 5 houses down from our road on John Thomas. And he's an older white guy, drives a gray car. He comes in, I'm tired of this. Her ex-husband had showed up in a store in Ravenna, told everyone he didn't want her anymore, and asked all those people to help get rid of her, and they all agreed to help. Do you know he actually said that people lied to that agent for them to get away with this? Why would he listen to them? He was to protect me and only me, where he said trust no man. That means you trust no man and you find out on your own. You do your damn job. He was supposed to pull me out if it got too bad, money to live on when I move out. Never give me my money. Never pulled me out, and he retired. See, my friend from the prosecutor's office, he said, you know what I worry about is that agent retired and nobody else picked up your case and then you're in a cold case file. Well, the case is still running, and that retired Judge Pete's telling everybody he's Will from the Canton FBI. And him and his drug traders having fake FBI badges running the biggest scam in the world. Hell's breaking loose. And I'm on a cold case file. That's exactly what happened. Where that officer in Akron, did you listen to Karen? He's like, yeah. They were talking about the one agent's name. He said she did mention him several times. A long time ago. And he said, what's going on? And he said, do you think that agent fell for their tapes before? He said he knew he couldn't look at them. And then he didn't even verify they were all photoshopped on her. Everything was. We found out everything was. He had no right even looking at them. It's illegal to look at them. And it's wrong to fraud anybody, especially victims. I told the Director of National Intelligence in the Department of Justice. So when the main guys from the case pull the case, it's a house of horror.